Hi girls, good afternoon. Congratulations in advance from the Crown Philippines. This is Christian. So you're obviously exceptionally empowered women. So at this point, we just want to know, and probably if you can share your self-thoughts, and probably what you would be telling yourself once you step foot in Egypt, in India, or in Puerto Rico again. So basically, how does an empowered woman empower herself, and what does she tell herself to be empowered?
For me, what I will tell myself when I get there tomorrow is to have fun, enjoy every moment, and just be kind and friendly. Just showcase who you are because no matter what's gonna happen there, if you're just being yourself, you can't go wrong, right? So just be myself, be kind, be friendly to other people, and when they see that, they get to appreciate you for who you are. If they don't like that, that's okay. And I hope with the aura and the energy that I radiate, other people can also absorb that and be happy. Because that's what I'm advocating for, life. I want other people to realize that they deserve to be on this planet, and being there in Egypt is just as much the same thing for me because I'm showing as well the Philippines that any Filipino can become this queen within themselves, even if it isn't a pageant. So be myself all the way. Thank you so much.
So I'm just gonna always remind myself to stay strong. There's always some type of meaning to whatever life throws at you in any situation, and I can use that to fuel me and to use that as drive to win that crown. I'm not leaving any room in my mind to lose. I'm gonna take it home, and I also want to keep reminding myself to have fun. Most importantly, I don't want to get so caught up on this journey to getting it and then lose the whole experience because I didn't make friends, or I was too focused on doing this and this and this rather than just having the time of my life. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I want to cherish it, and when I have kids in the future, tell them my story, and I want to inspire them. So it's this life that we have, it's meant for purpose, and make the most out of it. That's truly what I'm going to tell myself every moment, every hour of the day until I get there.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you, Christian, and thank you to the Crown family. When I arrive in Puerto Rico, once again, I will just keep telling myself that I am a Filipina. I wear the Miss Philippines sash. I carry with me the hopes and dreams of every single Filipina and every single person who believed in me, and I will not fail them. If I get tired, if I am unsure of myself, I will just tell myself more and more that I am there not to represent myself this time, but to represent every single Filipino. And I've had the opportunity to show who I am for the whole month of December when I had the chance in Puerto Rico. And this time, with just a few days left, it is the time to seal the deal. And I will remind them that it is our time once again as the Filipinos. It should be given to us this time because we are ready.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. May I just remind all our media friends that we will be accommodating last two questions. Thank you.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. What's up everyone? What's up Queens? My name is Tracy Paris from What's Up.ph. So my very first question po is from a teammate and a friend. And his question is, what are the biggest hurdles and obstacles that you have experienced during your preparations? And what motivates you to win your titles?
Hello, was it Tristan? Tristan, what's up Tristan? Thank you for your question. I guess I've had the longest preparation because of the postponements, of course. But back in my first try, I've only had a few weeks to prepare for when I leave for Puerto Rico. And I guess the biggest struggle for me was, of course, time constraint, financial constraints. Coming as a simple girl and coming from a simple background, that is always one of the hardest things to accomplish. Finding the right people, finding the right connections to put together all these amazing output that we need, that are required by the organizations that we represent. And aside from that, it's the mental stresses, it's the battle that we fight within ourselves. Because sometimes, again, even if we are already crowned as representatives of the Philippines, we still feel what you guys normally feel. We feel all these emotions, we feel the pressure, and it's for me one of the hardest battles. So if I overcome that, and I've overcome my personal battles myself, and this time I'm able to represent the best of me and the best of the Filipinos.
Thank you, my mistress.
So I'm a mental health advocate, as many of you know. I've advocated for mental health for a really long time, and I want to normalize that conversation because I think you all believe that us queens, we have to be happy and perfect all the time, but that's not the case. For me anyway, it's been a really tough the past year, I guess, since Miss World Philippines before, because of the pandemic. And it's really hard to stay positive in a situation where you're far from family, you're far from friends, and it's really hard to find jobs, right? And I know I'm not alone in this situation. I know a lot of us, even in this room, 1 in 4 of us, are feeling a lot of pressure from life, and that's what I felt. Financial burden from pageantry is a really big thing for me, and I'm so glad for all the teams and the people who has shared their generosity to me and shared their blessings. So that's been a really tough situation, and I'm proud to say that after tomorrow, that's going to be past in terms of the financial situation. Mentally, practicing a good mental state is really important, and I've been doing that, and I hope that you all are, and I can't wait to continue this advocacy of mine until the future, until I pass away. Thank you so much.
So for me, it's not the preparation that is what's most difficult when preparing for a pageant, because that is the most fun to me. I enjoy doing that. I'm very well prepared for my competition, and I'm excited to show what I've been working so hard for. But what is most difficult is the outside things that happen in life. Life is not easy. It throws hurdles at you, trying to make you fall down, and even though at times you don't want to stand up, you have to. And with everything going on currently in my life, I'm using that as fuel to drive me. It's the glue that is holding me together so I can stay motivated and courageous and win. But with that, I just want to say, just keep a strong mind, keep a strong heart, know who you are. You're going to get through anything that may come at you, and we're all having a human experience. So make the most out of it and enjoy the journey.
There's a lot of people who have been asking you for advices, but this time kayo naman po. What is the best advice that you have ever received? Or just any learnings from your past years?
The best advice I ever received was truly know who you are as a person. Anytime you start a certain adventure in your life, at any age, you can get lost. And if you don't know who you are to your core, it's very hard to maneuver through that. And back when I joined in 2019, I was very lost in who I was. I was young, I was 21 at the time. How can you possibly know who you are at that age? And then, I'm 24 now, I still don't know sometimes. But we're all going through this. We all learn and we grow as people. And what made me win this year was I got to know myself a little better. I know my values. I know what makes me tick. I know what makes me strong. And if I can use all of that and keep myself together, then that is the best advice that I have received. Because once I did that, I really persevered and I got what I truly wanted out of life. And I know the blessings will keep coming if I keep that mentality.
So I'm a very value-based person. I grew up having values instilled in me by my parents. And one of the things that they taught me was to always be kind and to always be humble. and always know where you grew up. I grew up in a clan where life is very humble, you know. Bahay kubot life all around us, and it's instilled in me all throughout now, and I will never forget my upbringing because that is who I am. Even though I grew up in the first world country as well in Australia, I'm always reminded of my upbringing, and I get to take that along with me into my journey, and I can't ever take that away from me. No one can ever take that away from me. And when you instill kindness in people, like myself, how my parents did, you get to share that on and radiate that to other people and teach that lesson to other people, and then end up having them be kinder and ultimately have a kinder world. So for me, the best advice my parents have gave is to always be kind and humble.
For me, well, it took me a while to really think about what the best piece of advice I've ever received yet, because I've received so many in my life. When I lost my mom 11 years ago, by the way, my family, my second family is right there. They made it to my send-off. I may have already lost my immediate family, but I found a family in my cousins, my titas and my titos. And they kept on telling me, no matter what journey, no matter what path I choose to take, it's to always be kinder to myself. Because as someone who is mostly very competitive, someone who is an achiever, who always wants something in my life, sometimes it gets tiring. And I'm reminded that I'm allowed to say thank you to myself. I'm allowed to appreciate myself for braving it through all the hardships that I've gone through in my life, and to just really look at myself and just be proud of all the things that I've achieved. And if you can do that for yourself, that's called self-love, and it's not selfish of you to do that. So I'd like for you to do the same. If you can tell yourselves that even the small wins, we celebrate those. Tell yourselves that you've done a great job, that you've made it through the day, even those small things. It can always lift up your day, and when you start your day right, then in the coming days will all be great too.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, and good luck. What's up?
Alright, we will accommodate our last question for today.
Last but definitely not the